Welcome to Echo Trade. I'm Jeff Roth, and I'm here with Eben Burr from Toews Asset Management, coming to us from New York City. And Eben is the president of Toews Asset Management. So we want to talk about today the firm and a little bit of background on the firm, the team, and what sets you guys apart. So Eben, thanks for being here. If you could just give us, kind of a broad scale view, background on the firm, how long you guys have been in business, kind of what your core competencies are.
Sure. Thanks for having me, Jeff. Toews Asset Management has been around since 1995, and we've been managing portfolios since 1996, providing risk management, specializing in risk management for the investment and individual investor community. And what separates us from most other people in the investment world is our focus. So we're not trying to focus on a specific sector like tech or ESG. We're focusing on mitigating risk. So bringing down the risk in portfolios. We manage about $1.8 billion between assets under management and assets under administration. And our investment team is made up of 6 people with dozens and dozens of years of experience and specialization within that team. So we are at once all generalists and all specialists as well. And that brings a lot of great conversation to our investment committee meetings. And when we think about ourselves as a firm and what our objective is in the world, it's really protecting assets is job number one, because if you don't protect them, then you don't have them to invest. And our very next objective is to, of course, grow them. And so we would fit into a portfolio where we're not trying to get 110% of the upside. What we're wanting to do is to limit those destructive times that have always happened and will always continue to happen when the market just gets completely crushed and one can lose, in 50% of their portfolio. And it takes a lot to get out of that hole. So we want to help people limit that drawdown as a firm.
Got it. Perfect. And so you mentioned a little bit, historically, obviously Echo Trade's a little bit different of an environment and different client base for you guys to be working with, even though we're not clients. So what was historically, you're working with retail clients, direct individual investors, but also you're working with advisors. Is that correct?
Our primary focus is working with advisors who then work with the individual investors. So, our average account is in the hundreds of thousands of dollars with advisors. And then they have their clients that they work with individually. So we are sort of providing the asset management for those advisors to then use.
Gotcha. So even, financial planners, finance experts, they're still coming to you for your portfolios and leaning on your expertise more than their own on the asset management side.
That's right. And that's the direction that the industry is going in general, where, we specialize in the asset management. They specialize in the client relationship. But that's an awesome thing about your platform here is that people have direct access to us now.
Exactly. So, and you talked a little bit about the team, but just finally, let's dive just quickly into that a little bit deeper into, kind of the background of the portfolio managers and the investment committee and the background of the firm as a whole in terms of, kind of the team and the expertise that you guys have as you guys are making the decisions and building these portfolios.
Yeah. So Phil Toews started the firm as I mentioned in the mid 90s. However, he developed this strategy while working at another firm in the late 80s. So he has been working and refining this for decades. And he's really a pioneer in the risk management world. These kinds of strategies just didn't exist back then. And so he was one of the very first people to bring these to the investment world, and has the great advantage of the decades of experience to see, and having seen things come and fail and go, well, we're still here working along. So it's a lot of experience and incredibly smart people on our team who are constantly working to make these investments better for the end user.
No, that's great. And so we're so excited to have you guys to partner with you. And like you said, offering direct access to experts and expert teams like Toews Asset Management. So thanks for partnering.
Thanks so much, Jeff. It's a pleasure.